Hey there, pretty people. It's Cheryl. Welcome to Wacky Wednesdays. It is almost Thursday, and I have put off this video all day because of the subject matter. Because it's about organizational tips and tricks, and I don't have anything for you. Nothing, nada. I am physically incapable of doing a major overhaul in my house. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm mentally capable of that. And John works all day, and then he comes home, and sometimes he has to cook, actually a lot lately because I haven't been doing well, and he has to do all the cleaning. He puts a lot into this marriage, and so I tend to try to look past the mess, and I'm actually responsible for, part of the mess. We all are. None of us is a naturally organized or clean person. Not me, not John, and certainly not Alex. There are actually two types of kids with autism. There are the ones that are like total OCD and line up everything, and then there are the other ones who have like zero organizational skills. And I've actually asked his autism team about this, because I was like, aren't kids with autism supposed to be organized? And they're like, no, it's like one way or like completely the other. And so Alex is completely the other, and you barely see carpet in his room, and we ask him to clean, he'll spend an hour, and then we go in there and it hasn't looked like he's done anything. And so John will have to go in and do that too. And so I find myself walking a fine line between speaking up enough to where things get done and letting it go, because saying something would make me a complete and total hypocrite because I can't do it myself. So it's a fine line, and I tend to err on the side of not being a hypocrite, because I love John, and I don't want to be a bitch. But then on the other hand, his parents brought over some trombones. He used to play trombones in the marching band for University of Iowa, and they brought over 3 trombones at the beginning of summer, and he put them in the middle of the living room. They are still in the living room. I moved them over to a wall. Yeah, I've said something about it, but they are still there. And if I keep saying stuff about it, that's when I become a bitch. So I just tend to let it go. My God, my dog is snoring so loud. Nuggie, stop. It's so loud. Anyhow, so, and I'm guilty of it too. I am sure in my videos, you see back here, I've got like tons of pop cans. I'll like put a pop can down, and then I'll put another one down, and then I'll put another one down, and I'll put another one down, and then one day I wake up and I look at my nightstand, and I've got like a dozen pop cans sitting there. And I'm like, well, how'd that happen? But I will go ahead and I will move the pop cans at that point. But I'm the only one who will do that. No one else does. They will leave their pop cans where they sit, and I usually try to clean up this. I don't know what it is about pop cans in my house. But yeah, so I live in fear that the doorbell's going to ring one day, and I'm going to go answer it, and it's going to be the Hoarders people. And they're going to be at the door because my sister or my mother has nominated me, and they're going to like make me organize and throw out half my crap. So, although, okay, I have to say, I watched an episode of CSI, and it was called House of Hoarders. It's not that bad. It's not where they have like a little path they go through. It's not that bad. There's just piles of stuff everywhere. Everywhere. Piles of stuff on the floor, piles of stuff on the counters, piles of stuff everywhere. And that's the thing. We're really good about separating stuff into piles. It's knowing what to do with the stuff that's in the piles. That's the problem. So I don't know what to do with it. John certainly doesn't, you know, either does Alex. So basically what I'm trying to say is that me giving you guys advice on organizational tips and tricks would be akin to a nun giving you advice about sex. So it just is stupid and embarrassing. And yeah, can you imagine that when she'd be like, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, I thought a Hummer was a truck. So yeah, it does not compute. It just, yeah. So I'm not going to give you any organizational tips or tricks. I am instead going to show you my cane. Because my back went out earlier this week, and my dog sat on me. Not the pug, the Bernese Mountain Dog. Sat right down on my chest. And I was pushing her off, and I was, you know, I was laying down. So it was kind of like I was doing a sit-up and pushing her at the same time. And my back just went snap. I mean, you could hear it. And I have been stuck ever since at home in bed. Because when it goes out complete like that, there's just nothing I can do for it except, you know, up my medicines and let it heal. And so John's been taking Alex to school and doing all the cooking, and he's been great. And so I mean, I got dressed specifically to do this video. I put on makeup specifically to do this video. And I was going to try to do, Nugget, my God, you are loud. I was going to try to do a video for my other channel too, but my back is throbbing. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm just going to get undressed and lay back down on my heating pad. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you my cane because it's really cool. I got it this summer, see? It is a dragon, and can you see? It's got red eyes, and I think it's pewter. And then it's just black, and then the bottom is just like this really cool pewter design. But that's what's cool about it, is that it unscrews, and it's a sword. Okay, it's not like sharp or anything like that. It's not like a sharpened sword. It's very blunt, but it is a sword nonetheless. Now, the problem with this is that I was not able to take it on vacation with me. Excuse me. My pain medications make my mouth so dry. Anyhow, so I was not able to take it on vacation with me because, you know, no one's going to let me on an airplane with, like, a sword cane. And they're certainly not going to let me out of the country into another one with the sword cane. And so John said we could, like, clip it off right here. But, like, half of the coolness factor is that it's a sword. So, yeah. That's my cane. I'm heavily medicated and playing with a sword. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to show you. I am sure that all the rest of the ladies will have very wonderful organizational tips for you. I'm hoping to find some that I could use for me too. So I look forward to seeing what they say. One of my things is I'm going to around this Christmas, I promised myself that I would either bring up the desk that's downstairs. We have rooms down there we don't even use. But there's like an extra bedroom down there and it has a desk in it. And I'll either bring that desk up or I'll buy like a vanity and some storage stuff. And I'm going to organize my makeup. So I have somewhere where I can film and do tutorials. Because right now I have to do them right here sitting on my bed. And it's stupid because like half the time the camera goes over and you know, the cat's playing with the cord, and it's, yeah, so, I will at least get, everyone's like, show us your makeup, and I'm like, how am I going to show you my makeup when it is in, like, shoe boxes? It's in shoe boxes and piled in drawers. There's, like, so, yeah, that is my promise to me, is that I will get my makeup organized, that, for the new year. That's my pre-New Year's resolution, that I'm going to be working on, and hopefully the rest of my house shall follow. I'm not saying it's always like this. It's just bad right now. John sends Alex and I to Chicago for like a weekend, and then he does like nothing but clean while we're gone, so that we're not there to distract him. Like, we usually take the dogs and stuff. So, the thing is, and this is the truth, is that I would much rather live in the mess than ruin my relationship, or hurt John in any way. He does what he can. It can't be easy to live with somebody who you know can't help, you know, and is going to end up in a wheelchair at some point. And from my first back surgery, he has been there. Not once has he never even crossed his mind to leave. So, I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not going to, you know, why would I? It's just a little mess. So, that is something that is easily put up with in the grand scheme of my life. So, yeah. We'll hear what everyone else has to say, okay? So, pretty people, I bid you good night.